Say you should never meet your heroes, but what about singing with them? Something my next guest got to do when she interviewed the magnificently divine Dolly Parton. Perks of the job, getting to sing with the icon that is Dolly Parton. Describe that moment.
Oh my goodness, I love Dolly Parton. Who doesn't? She's one of my favourite guests, and she's been on so many times on The One Show. And the very first time she came on, she came on without her makeup. She came a few hours before we were due to sort of record. And she said, why don't you sit with me and we'll have a chat? I'd only just started, can you imagine? And she showed me all the tips and tricks to becoming Dolly, and she put her wig on, because it's a wig. We know that though, don't we?
No.
I know.
Shock.
And she was just so comfortable in her own skin and so kind. She's just a great, great person.
She owns one of my favourite rejoinders, and she said, it's the thing I've never forgotten, I think a lovely thing to say. She said, it costs a lot of money to look this cheap.
Absolutely.
Well, you know how long it takes to look... No,
3 hours,
cheap,
Alan.
just exotic.
No, just her.
Isn't it great, though, meeting people? You know, we're both lucky in that respect, getting to meet icons, but the ones who are really huge, but who are really nice, and
Yeah,
it generally is the way.
And that is the thing. I mean, I'd say 98% of people are just lovely, aren't they? We won't mention those 2%, but there's always the odd one, isn't there?
They're generally quite young, fairly new to it, and it's gone to their head.
But I remember singing with Stevie Wonder.
Oh, just a minute. Do you want to say that again? Just so you got it on record.
Singing
Press the
with
record
Stevie
button
Wonder. And you know what? We were in, I think it was the Queen's Jubilee, and we had Sir after Sir come to sort of be interviewed. And he had his keyboard, and we said, shall we have a little song, Stevie? As you do. And he said, yeah, all right then, we'll do Happy Birthday. So we did it, and do you know what he said? He said, I sure hope you're pretty. I mean, what a put down. That's how bad my voice is, Alan.
And you from Wales.
I know.
The land of song.
Yeah, but I am terrible. I'm good at lip syncing.
Yeah.
I can do a Bonnie Tyler lip sync like nobody else. But actual singing is just not my bag.
But the thing is, you enjoy your mistakes. That much I know, because there have been the odd gaffe or two on The One Show. Look at this one. It's an easy mistake to make. He's Grant Mitchell all the time.
Exactly. And he is so gorgeous as a person that he just laughs it off. But you probably had so many clips like that to choose from.
Yeah.
Me and names. We're not a good match.
Well, we had another one as well.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Well, you're quite keen on Gerard Butler, aren't you?
Oh, I got a bit tongue-tied.
Yeah, and, well, here we go, Gerard Butler.
Oh, no. I can feel myself getting hot.
Are you getting hot? My wife, it would have been George Clooney. You know, it happens to everybody.
Yeah, I mean, George Clooney is a beaut.
Oh, you had George Clooney sitting on the sofa with... Who was it?
It was Julia Roberts, and then he came on again with Tom Hanks.
Yeah. I've interviewed Julia Roberts.
Yeah.
Twice. And the second time she said, how nice to see you again.
Did she?
And I said, you remember? She said, I have a perfect recollection. Now, you can take that two ways, can't you? Either it was a disaster, and she did give me a kiss at the end.
I think, you know, Titchmarsh charm.
People are always saying to you, what's X like? Do you get that a lot? What's so-and-so
A lot,
really like?
but I don't really get starstruck. And I think that's, you know, Mum and Dad are very grounded.
I've just seen that bit with Gerard Butler.
I know, but that's different because he was super handsome.
Ah.
You know, sometimes I fall apart.
Yeah.
Elton
But not today.
John. No, not today. I suppose Elton John was one, just because, you know, when we were little, Mum and Dad would play him on a tape in the car. So to me, that was the most famous man in the world. And on that particular episode, Mum and Dad were invited to the One Show studio to see Elton John because they thought, oh my gosh, it's Elton John. And Mum managed to lock his songwriting partner in a cupboard. He was in the green room and she bashed into him, pushed him into the cupboard, and the door closed. And it was time to go live, and there was no sign of this man.
I'm getting the impression that the Jones family is slightly accident-prone.
A little bit, a little bit.
Did you ever expect to get into TV? I mean, did you always want to be in TV?
I suppose, because I was from South Wales, it wasn't really something you said out loud, you know, and I was a very shy child, and Mum and Dad, they tried to steer me away from drama. They said, you know, what about history? What about law, Al? I said, yeah, it doesn't sound much fun though, does it? So I think I'll just do drama. And you could tell, they thought, oh no. And, you know, I don't know what it was. I mean, I was a terrible researcher. Hello, doggy.
Yes.
Hello.
They drift in and out.
They drift in and out.
I'm bored, yeah.
I was
give you much of a look, didn't they?
He can't be bothered, is this one? But I suppose I was such a terrible researcher and a terrible runner and was fired a few times. And then in the end they said, look, why don't you screen test as a job as a presenter? And that's what happened, and here we are.
Here we are.
And here we are.
And you have the unfortunate of being interviewed now, rather than interviewing. You've got 3 children now. What are their ages now?
They are 2, 4, nearly 5, and 7.
The real handful years. So you're doing that ultimate thing of the juggling mum, aren't you, really? And I guess as I think all mums do it, or dads do it as well, always trying to get the balance right and feeling you've failed. Is either too much work and not enough time or whatever. Is it a struggle?
It absolutely is, and I don't know anybody who really gets it right.
Or thinks they've got it right.
You know, and everybody worries about it. But I think all you can do is give them as much time as you can. It's not about material things, is it, with children? It's about just giving them your time.
And you've moved out now to the country. You're moving
We
out.
are moving out to the
country.
country. Well, I say country. I talk as if we're going to Mars, and then my husband kindly says, you know, Al, it is only about 16 miles from London.
But it's green, I mean, that's
But it's green, and there's a garden, and we're really excited about it, and the children want pets, and they're little now, so I think we want them to be able to enjoy a garden and a tree house and have a childhood like the both of us enjoyed.
Yeah, and to watch them will just be blissful. When you're not raising money for charity, I mean, goodness me, millions you've been, you know, involved in raising for children in need and such like. The hairiest moments then, the ones you will never forget.
Well, I think the scariest for my parents was when I climbed this sheer rock face in Utah, and it was beautiful. It was in the national park, and it was really lovely. But it took 3 days, which meant we had to camp on this rock face, and they'd put sort of this stretcher across, and you'd sleep there. I mean, thousands of feet up in the air.
Oh, glory.
Oh, and the man I was climbing with, Andy, a brilliant climber, and he was a lovely man, and it was an amazing experience, but we had some things happen along the way that we didn't talk about, and I think we would have raised a lot more money had people have known the full story.
Come along then.
For example, it was my, I think, 38th birthday when we were on the rock, and the One Show had very kindly organised a birthday cake to be winched up. And so the birthday cake came, and me and Andy, very sad, just the two of us, sang happy birthday, me to myself, just to give it a bit of volume. And that was that. We blew out the candles and we went to sleep. And then the next morning, we were about to start, and I said, oh, Andy, where's my toothbrush gone? And he said, well, it'll be in one of the bags. It's probably in the furthest bag. We only had 2 because we had to carry them. So I put my hand in the bag and felt something mushy. And I said, oh, Andy, I thought that we'd sent the birthday cake back down. I said, oh, my God, it'll be disgusting. It's been in the bag overnight. And you know, there's no birthday cake in the bag, Alex. I said, well, what's on my hand then? And he said, well, it's a national park. You have to store your own, you have to take your
Oh,
poo.
no.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
And you've got no wash basin up there?
No wash basin. Me and Andy became really close during those 3 days.
Closer than you would want?
Yeah.
Oh, dear me.
I know.
You've such a glamorous life, isn't
Oh,
it, really?
the glamour.
And you're also very observant about people and what they're wearing. I remember when I came on the One Show, you looked at my trousers and you said, oh, Blue Harbour.
That's my mum.
No, that's your mum.
And I think Dad probably has some in his
saying
wardrobe.
that as well. I mean, it really put me in my...
Dad's very stylish, Alan, I'll have you know. He's the height of style in South Wales.
in South Wales. Are you ambitious? I mean, I can tell, I hope I can tell that you're not ruthless, but are there things you really want to do?
I feel so incredibly lucky to have the job I do, and I don't take it for granted. And I still can't believe, and I pinch myself, that the job has been mine for so long and still is. I mean, it could not be next week, but you know.
Yeah, you're on 14 years now. It's 2010 you joined.
Yeah, I'll be 14 years in August.
Yeah.
And I still really enjoy it. I think it's marvellous, and I don't really hanker after anything else. Of course, it's nice to do the odd bits and pieces which make life interesting.
You're lovely at making babies about the fertility. It's terribly moving. I mean, for you, I think, as
It
well as
was
everybody else.
moving. You know, fertility is a huge subject. And really, it's about bringing life into the world. There is no more important subject, but yet it hadn't been really covered.
But you really got...
Oh, we did.
You were, you know, instructed in how to do various not operations, but I mean various procedures during it.
Well, exactly. And so I trained as a fertility nurse, you know, so it was 6 months of hard graft in the hospital and a real insight into what these nurses do. And it felt like we'd achieved something.
Real public service.
And that's a nice feeling, isn't it, when you think we've helped some people here.
Well, keep helping and keep brightening our lives, won't you? So.